And we're live. All right, guys. This is playtest session number 3 for Dailés Makerśbase, the Rumor Mill, featuring the Dream Delvers Guild, of which everyone here is a member of the Dream Delvers Guild. We're going to start with Travis. Who are you, what are you, and why are you?
The character I'm playing is called Rat Bastard. Yes, that's his name. He is a halfling College of Whispers bard. Technically, he's half were-rat, but just for flavor, and it won't really come up in this. He just has a tail. Yeah, he personality-wise, he rolls around in dirt and eats trash.
Very good. Eddie, you're up.
Hey, I'm Eddie, and I'm playing Sizzle, the Red Dragonborn Paladin. Comes from Maw Island, off the middle of nowhere. Just these pirates that raid and pillage their way to success. And Sizzle, after having enough, leaves and tries to find a new way to go, seeking redemption, both in oath and mannerisms. Big appetite, maybe not for trash, but he's trying to find his way through the world.
All right, Cloak, you're up.
All right, I'm playing Donis Trilby. He is a acolyte churchgoer who is basically traveling around trying to get more knowledge about demons to finish his book. He is sworn to fealty to a Arcanoloth who provides him demonic information in exchange for magic powers and protection on his travels. He's predominantly a fairly nice individual, but doesn't scare easily due to being exposed to some horrors throughout his life.
All right, Ogre.
I'm playing Fenris Snow. He is a ranger from the Feywild. He is tracking down those that had defiled his home. He does not take kindly to insults, and he has no use for riches and well-mannered folk. Money and manners, they don't feed the hungry, and they don't protect you in the wild. So his answer is violence will solve all problems.
All right, and with that, this is where our adventure begins. And you arrive in the massive airship port metroplex city of Dailés. Dailés is famous for their innovation, art, and for having the largest community-run artisans guild in the known world, Dailés Makerśbase. One of the more than an ordinary artisans guild, Dailés Makerśbase is known for its shared community workshop and laboratory space that's available 24 hours a day to masters and students alike. It has become a home and learning ground for artists, engineers, tinkerers, and thinkers. In various taverns in Dailés, stories are often told about how founders long ago organized this communal building to provide tools and learning resources to the artisan community of Dailés, and how over time their resources grew and now include often custom-made artisan tools not commonly available to the public. The bards you have heard sing of Dailés Makerśbase Guild include anyone. The bards you have heard sing of Dailés Makerśbase Guild include anyone who will listen through a journey of how all peoples, commoners or noble, goblin or human, no matter their background or history, are welcomed and encouraged to work independently, side by side with the masters there, not as students, but as equals, collaborating on individual and community projects for the sake of promoting science, magic, and art. However, upon entering the city today, the bards are no longer singing of Dailés Makerśbase. They are silent. In fact, there's no music of any kind playing at any tavern at all. While in a tavern, a man approaches you, claiming to be Malleus, one of the lead founders of Dailés Makerśbase. Now in rags, he speaks disconcertingly with your party over many pints of ale, and tells you all and tells you all a number of very convincing stories about his protege, Andreas, and how he has somehow brainwashed, manipulated, or extorted everyone he has ever known, including his own family, into saying that Malleus is no more than a common liar and charlatan. He has been stripped of his reputation and no longer has any respectable means of supporting himself or his family, who have also left him and will not even speak with him except through the courts. What do you do?
Now I wish that I'd taken Zone of Truth.
What's it?
I mean, I'm gonna, if it's okay, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
All right. You cast Detect Thoughts on Malleus.
Yeah, just what is he thinking about right now?
He is very sad, very melancholy. He misses his wife. He feels as though he's been wronged and that no one will give him any credit for his past accomplishments.
Okay.
I'll ask him. So we're just all at the table together. I would just ask him. In what's your ideal situation? To what would you prefer to have come about in this situation?
He tells you all, and might as well roleplay this. I don't know anymore. I've contemplated ending it all. I feel as though everything has gone wrong, no matter what sacrifices I make, no matter what contributions I give to this community. It all ends in one way. Me being
Okay, so
a liar.
The
Me
death
being
of
a
others.
charlatan. The death of others.
It doesn't have to end that way.
The-
Those that have wronged you need to pay.
So Detect Thoughts would have still been running.
Yeah.
Can I know if what he's actually thinking at the moment?
He's being very transparent. In fact, you find it
Okay.
kind of interesting that he doesn't really conceal his thoughts. He tells everybody
Alright.
like it is.
Okay, I'm just gonna be a dick and actually go deeper into his thoughts.
Okay.
I need an intelligence save.
Go ahead and roll your intelligence.
No, you need to.
Oh, I need to roll intelligence. Say, what are
Yeah,
you using to go
intelligence
deeper
save.
into the thoughts here?
Detect
It's
thoughts.
still Detect Thoughts. It's just Detect Savage Thoughts when I'm without a save and with a save, and the person knows that it's happening. I can actually look deeper into what the fuck's going on.
21.
Yeah, it doesn't happen, but the guy knows that I've done something.
He kind of looks at you and, I've got nothing to hide, he says. Ask me anything and I'll tell you.
Okay, why did you try and stop me then?
Oh, well. I mean, feel free to probe my mind again. I guess I'm just...
No, I can't.
I will tell all. It's more of a passive intelligence anyway. He's just, you know.
I don't know.
Reaction.
Have you thought of possibly donating yourself to your local priory? Good works can always be done in a church.
I'm not much of a religious
How-
man. I found my community in the artisans community, and that's where my heart is.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to take these charlatans and destroy them so that the real people that love you and care about what goes on,
I
those
feel
with the artist soul,
To be fair, it doesn't sound like anyone gives a shit about him anymore.
as
that's
though
because he needs to fight.
yes, I feel as though if I were to fight in the way that you are describing, um, you know, my dear ranger. I was about to call you an elf, but I know that's probably not a good idea. I feel like I would be destroying everyone, and I don't want to destroy a community. I just want to be
You don't have to destroy
recognized,
the community, just the cancer.
I suppose. And I do have my ideas about where that cancer is. I can
I
only,
mean, what
I can,
exactly do you even want us to do here?
I feel like there is, it's almost an impossible type of, everyone no longer remembers me as I was, okay, or as I am. It's almost
Listen,
supernatural. It's
listen,
as if there is magic afoot.
listen. What you need to do is cut off all of your hair, stain your skin so that your skin looks different, put on some makeup, and then just pretend to be someone else. I do it all the time.
Well, that would be starting over, and I've thought about that.
Oh yeah.
I've thought about starting over, but I used to be a man of great respectability and prominence here, and I feel as though if I try hard enough, I can regain that back again. But unfortunately, it seems as though people are being blackmailed, people are being magically altered, people are being this is way beyond what anything I can influence or control. Um it's beyond my ability.
Can you remember
So
when it
you,
all first began? The first person that forgot you, the first person that no longer acknowledged you.
It started with my protege, Andreas, 7 years ago, and
Well,
then
can
it's
you describe what
spread.
happened? Just sorry,
Oh, no,
just the day you walked in the room and he no longer,
he just seemed dismissive and as though I was scum to him. It didn't make any sense.
did you piss anyone off?
Well, I mean, nobody likes how the sausage gets made when you're starting an organization. I'm sure I pissed somebody off.
And
But
so
if you
you're
care about these people, you need to show it. You need to fight. I
so
can
your
help
former
you with
ally
that.
My former allies,
Glares at
did your former allies have a drastic moment of change, or did things just suddenly flip on a dime? Was
it
it
would
gradual?
it would be one day I was having conversations as if nothing had happened, and then the next day, all of a sudden, all of them started acting differently. They began avoiding eye contact. They began going out of their way to, uh, like, walking around me, taking other paths to, you know, on the street. And there's
Now,
been a few occasions where I've been told that I would brainwash them if I would talk to them at all, which I found very peculiar because some of these people I've known for years.
it. Sounds like
have
they
you
have been brainwashed, but not by you.
it seems one of your competitors or former allies may have either spread rumors about you or something even more nefarious.
I suspect the latter.
People
Rumors
don't
I
fucking like you.
rumors I
Like,
thought I could handle, but this is beyond rumor.
oh, you might have said it, but one more time. How long ago did this happen before everything collapsed?
Well, the first time I noticed this was 7 years ago, but it's been progressive and it keeps reoccurring. There would be times where I think it would be almost solved, I would try to make new friends and new circles, create new influences, and then all of a sudden, all of that would be undermined, usually within a day. Often years of trying to recreate myself in some way would be undermined in a day, and I would lose all of my influence and all of my friends again, and no one would do business with me, and no one would even talk with me, not even my family, who have since left. Probably the most recent problem is my family has left me, all calling me a liar and a charlatan, of which there's no precedent for. They can't cite any specific instance of this. They don't make any accusations. They just simply call me a liar and a charlatan.
Have you ever had any interactions with a witch, wizard, someone who would curse you? Because it seems you've been cursed to me.
Not to
There's
my
a dark
knowledge, I
shadow
haven't.
that follows you.
I mean, I feel cursed. Certainly, I feel cursed.
Can I divine sense real quick, just to see if I get anything back?
What are you trying to achieve?
Off chance.
Are you trying to determine if he's actually cursed, or?
I'm just seeing if I can catch any whiff of evil just emanating off this person.
Oh,
you know, it's
okay.
like I can hear good and smell evil very generally, but
yeah, you get no whiff of evil intent at all. Not magical or otherwise. Not even through
share this info.
Not through perception.
I mean, if you think that you're cursed or some sort of magic is on you, pay me and I'll try and dispel something.
He looks around and he pulls out all the money that he has, and it's about, 7 silver pieces.
Good enough for me. I'm probably wearing worse clothes than him, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you would
dispel
make
magic.
money off of his
choose one
misfortune?
creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. Okay. So I'm gonna cast it, and in case you need it, sorry, mouse. That would be a +4, I think. That's an 8.
And what are you casting again?
So I rolled an 8. This spell magic, if it's a spell higher than level 3, nothing fucking happens.
Alright, so you cast your spell and you cast your spell. I don't know if you get an indication if it gets dispelled or not. Do you?
1 second,
Are
I
you
will
supposed
look.
Usually, if there's something going on, you can see it.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing going on, you get no further indication.
Yeah. Nothing happens probably, since it's probably a spell higher than level 3, and I rolled an 8.
Alright, and intuitively you could also, your character could also guess that it might not be a spell cast upon them, but on everyone else. And, or on certain people, maybe people he comes in contact with. You don't know, but
can I try to just call out for whoever's waiting the tables here?
Okay, you call.
Sorry, if I'm interrupting, let me know.
You call a bar wench, and a bar wench comes over. Yes, darling.
Can I have 5 drinks, please? And just for one moment, I want to hand her a piece of gold, and I say, "Look at this man," and I gesture towards our new friend and say, "How do you feel about him right now?"
He looks fine to me. I wouldn't exactly bet him, though.
Thank you. Just the drinks, then.
Would you trust this man?
I'd trust him with, a pint of ale before he paid.
All right. I don't think he has any money. You should probably taking him out.
Could I
And he kinda
could I
smiles
like
at you.
observe? Could I observe him and try to like identify any sort of like piece of jewelry or anything he wears or something that he might wear every day?
He doesn't seem to wear any jewelry.
Okay.
And none of us have fucking detect magic, do we?
Not one. Not one of us.
Like 2 of us could have it, but we just simply chose not.
Nah.
And he continues, Malleus continues and says, I would take you there, but unfortunately, last year I was expelled for life for making an attempt to be democratically elected as one of the council members.
Interesting.
And I was
Why would you?
I was
want to
expelled.
even-
I was expelled by the incumbents for
Can you tell us who
Relative.
you're running against? Was there other people campaigning?
Oh yes, yeah. There's 5 elected council members that are elected every year, and they all voted to have me expelled for life just 2 days before the election was complete.
It's awfully convenient timing.
Yes, I
Have
thought
you?
so.
Would you
Maybe
consider
we
any
should
of
go and
those?
talk with them and find out which of them has been bewitched, and maybe track down who is doing this, so that we
I
can
still believe
destroy
that
them.
everyone just hates you.
That's possible. Possible that everyone hates me.
It
I
might
don't,
be that just one hates you, and
That's
has gone
possible
to
too.
great lengths to make you feel ostracized.
I will say that most of the people that I feel this hatred from, most of them I don't know, and it sort of has become, I don't know, like people are afraid to be in association with me because they feel as though they might be targeted, or at least that's my impression.
My friend, you are a pariah.
I'm a
The best
pariah.
life for you now will be somewhere in the woods, hunting up some food for yourself, because no one is going to like you.
Like a leper.
Well, I
Sort
would
of like a leper.
You are a dark type of person, aren't you?
I've met a pariah or two in my day. It doesn't seem. I believe you're cursed, but we just don't know who's cursed you, my friend. Did you?
Then
know
we
something?
must find this person and destroy them.
I mean, maybe they had
I
a
could
good
be inclined to
reason.
go in that direction as well.
I mean, if
I
you
mean,
want my opinion,
professionally destroy
and
them.
I don't know if you do now, after he drinks about 3 pints of beer.
I'm not paying for that, by the way. You have to pay that by yourself.
This is his 3rd
And I
pint.
have
He's
your
already
money.
paid.
Aw.
Yeah. He's drinking the last beer now that was offered to him, apparently by courtesy of your companions, or one of your companions.
I got it. Don't worry.
And as he drinks it, he's like, I think Andreas is behind all of this.
Andreas?
Andreas
Who's that?
he was
His
my
protege.
protege.
Oh, your actual
Yeah.
protege. Yes, yes. Well, where does Andreas live, and what does he usually
I'm not sure
do
where
on
he lives, but he does.
schedule?
He is currently in. He is currently often seen with the council as an advisor, and you can probably find
Okay.
him in the council chambers regularly at Dailés Makerśbase, the Artisans Guild.
Can I look around the tavern real quick to see if anyone's looking at us?
Yeah, there's a few. You know,
Are they staring at us, or are they just kind of on their own deal?
they're making as soon as you glance over to notice that they're looking, you make eye contact and they look back at their ale.
I say if this guy's being watched and we're being watched too, we might want to make our visit with this guy only as necessary as possible, length necessary as possible.
Maybe.
How about we see if we can go pay the council a visit?
Okay.
Ask them a few questions. We can mention that we're here on official guild business.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way out the door and to the guild. All right.
Yep.
Okay. And as you do, you walk out through the door and somebody bumps into Travis. Right, Travis's character, and grabs him by the shoulder.
They kick me.
Yeah, they bump into you, kicking you, I guess, a little bit, and look down and say, because it's a human, all right, and they say, you've been seen with Malleus. That is probably not to your advantage, he says. You need to be careful of him. He is a known charlatan and a liar, and he will deceive you.
So, take
he
a
walks-
look at me. Do you think I give a... No. I hold his band like...
And he
Look at
walks
me.
and he
Do
walks
you
into the tavern.
Really? No, I hold his fucking band like,
All right.
do you really fucking think that I give a shit about my reputation?
He pulls his cloak away and goes into the tavern. Noticing though that he did not come from the tavern.
I take a look at him, kind of get a good look at his face,
All right.
remembering
Okay.
the face for later.
You remember the face for later. Okay.
I just remembered that you can use prestidigitation.
Oh, locked up. The rest of you make your way to the guild hall, and as you walk up to the guild hall, you notice there's lots of entrances, most of which are blocked off. There is a main entrance, and the door appears to be locked.
Can I walk up to the door? I still have my drink in my hand. I took it with me, and I just want to
Mhm.
bang on the door.
All right, you bang on the door. Pump, 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 pump.
Hello.
Ways to get
You
in.
You look through the window. You don't see anything inside moving or any otherwise. No answer. It's in the middle of the day. It should be open.
I go and
I'd like to go ahead.
I take a look around, see if there's anyone about outside, and then go over to the door. Keep an eye out. I'll make sure this doesn't slow us down.
Roger.
And I use my thieves' tools.
Hmm?
23.
Okay.
I hear that.
It
I
pops.
rattle around with it a little bit and feel
You're a
that
nice,
all
satisfying.
familiar
Yeah, you
click.
you feel this. You hear this nice, satisfying click sound as it opens, as the door unlocks. No problem. And you're at the door is now unlocked.
Oh, nice.
I step back and motion. He said it's always open.
He did. I finish my drink and throw it aside and take my shield off my back and walk through the door just as quietly as I can.
Okay. You walk into the door, and the first thing that you notice is this entryway, this foyer. No one is around, but you do see on the wall a large mural of a map. You see this large mural painted on the wall that resembles a map of the guild. You see rooms of all shapes and sizes on the wall, each labeled as follows: wood carving room, a weave room, tinker room, smith room, pottery room, masonry room, leather working room, jewelry making room, glass blowing room, cook room, cobble room, cartography room, carpentry room, calligraphy room, brew room, alchemy room, navigation room, and herbalism room.
Okay. Seeing all that, I open up my robes a bit to reveal my imp that's been hiding in my robes.
Mhm.
He floats up out of my robes, and I instruct him to become invisible and keep an eye on our backs as we walk around here.
Roll a perception
I
check.
mean, I can also just sit on your shoulder and look back.
Roll a which check? I'm sorry.
Roll a perception check.
Perception check. Okay. Let's see.
Is that everybody?
Everybody that wants to.
Oh,
Everybody
I
that's
rolled a
interested
4.
in. What's that?
I rolled a 4.
Rolled a 4.
24.
24. Ogre, your character looks at the map and notices that part of the map has been painted over to embellish certain rooms that apparently are not intended to be visible by anyone looking at them, but you can tell that they've been painted over.
There
You
are
feel
some
as though-
rooms that have been removed.
With an investigation check, you could probably discern more information.
Okay.
If Ogre would point it out to me, I'd like to
I do.
investigate it.
I
Okay.
point out the different locations. It's like these have been painted over. 15.
A 15. You can sort
I'm
of
not
read.
the only one that can investigate.
Yeah, if anyone wants to roll like a assist.
I can actually do something.
I got a 5.
Mm.
I have prestidigitation. I can clean up stuff, so I can clean up the parts that are painted over.
That's true. That's true. You can.
I'm gonna do that.
You do that, and as you do, you notice that other rooms are revealed. Underneath the paint, you find a thieves' room, a poison room, a gaming room, a forgery room, and a disguise room on the map.
While they're
What
investigating, I'm
type-
watching everywhere else in the room, just keeping an eye out, ear open.
It seems like they
Um,
have more than just your passing interests.
You also notice that there are 2 unlabeled rooms on the map that appear central to all other rooms. You must pass through both of these rooms in order to navigate between the 2 main sections of the building.
So,
Could I spend my invisible imp to kind of scout that area out?
Sure, go ahead. You send your invisible imp.
And
Yeah,
I
you're
believe
gonna-
I can communicate with him telepathically, if
You-
he's within 100 meters, I believe, or 100 feet.
And you're a warlock, right?
Yes.
You should also be able to see through his eyes and other things, I think, as a familiar.
Yes, I can.
So
it just cost me an action, so I can just see through his eyes, so he doesn't even have to communicate to me.
So you look around through your imp, and you go down some hallways, and you see lots of hallways are closed. You see a goblin kind of going through the hall and in passing at one of the intersections, just very briefly. And you look down another hall, and you see a couple of humans passing through. And but all of the hallways have closed doors. None of the rooms seem to be labeled or have signs.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, and I'm deaf and blind while I'm doing this, so I can't ask them hey, where's this supposed to be?
Now, your eyes are rolled up in your head right now.
Let's see. Well, I guess I'll try to get an idea of that location and then send my familiar back. Let me see. Are these doors? Do they have big old locks on them, or maybe a peep eye hole?
Now, most doors do have locks that require a key.
Oh,
And
you
a
know what?
latch.
How well sealed are these locks? Is there a bit of space between the doors, between the door and the bottom?
There is space underneath the door. Each door maybe a quarter or maybe half an inch, quarter inch, half inch.
Okay,
Underneath.
I'd like to shape change my imp into a spider.
Okay,
And
you
see if he
shape
can
change
crawl
your
into
a random room.
Yeah, we'll just choose a random room. How about we'll say the room that was closest to the humans he saw.
Are you telling us about the goblin?
Nope, I can't. I mean, I could
walk-
talk right now, but I'm just focusing on the MP stuff.
All right. So as you shape change your imp into a spider, it walks underneath the door, and you notice your spider notices 3 humans and a goblin are in the room, and they are working on some wood carving. 2 of them are making bowls. One of them appears to be making some sort of table. The other one is just sitting in a chair asleep.
Looks like fairly regular guild activity.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll come back and maybe check one more door closest to like the group. Like I'm not going to check every door, but like just the one closest to like the beginning of the pathway that I went on.
All right, you walk in. Your spider crawls underneath the door, another door, and it sees everywhere what appears to be some sort of like chemicals and vials and glassware of all kinds. There's herbs that are hanging and drying on the wall. There's a large bookshelf to the southwest that goes to the ceiling. Looks to be an alchemy lab of some kind. Nobody's in the room.
Okay. Is there from the inside of the room? Can I identify if there's like a lock that can be opened up, or is it from the inside, or is it like a key?
It's got a keyhole to open the door, a lock mechanism that requires a key.
Okay, I'd take that information and bring my imp back and communicate that to everyone, and see if I could recommend maybe we try to break into the alchemy lab and see what we can find there.
I mean, what exactly is there a certain uniform that everyone's wearing?
Nobody is wearing uniform. Everyone's wearing common clothes, according to the intel that you received.
I will use disguise self to make myself look like a relatively small goblin.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fucking walk through this place.
Mm-hmm. All right. You've so far you've only seen 1 goblin and some humans, or 2 goblins and some humans, I guess. But you do find it, I don't know, a little peculiar that there's goblins, but you know, there's goblins here.
And that's why I'm changing into a goblin.
All right.
All right. My deception is +9. So I'm gonna do some investigating on my. If anyone wants to come with, I can turn you invisible, or you can maybe put on some normal clothes. But I want to actually just walk around this place without having to do stealth.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Other than, I mean, we got one party member that wants to walk around. All right.
I'll go with them. I don't look like I'm wearing armor. It's under my normal clothes.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough for me. And I look different enough that I can just say, "Oh, I didn't know this guy was hanging out with a super creepy guy that everyone hates."
I'm gonna walk in separately than the rest of them and just, I don't know. I'm wandering right now. I'm not trying to get in anyone's pathing, but I'm just taking a look around because I do have armor and I can't stealth.
Can you tell me again what the covered rooms were?
All of the rooms, we have wood carving room, a weave room, a tinker room.
No, the covered ones.
The covered ones?
One was disguise room, thieves room, and
thieves room, poison room,
poison
game
room?
room. Yeah, poison room, disguise room, forgery room, gaming room, thieves room.
I want to go Disguise or forgery? Where do you want to go?
Let's go with disguise.
Okay, let's go look at the disguise room.
All right. You guys make note of the map, and you head over to the disguise room. You go down some long corridors.
Oh, after I look at the map, I actually use prestidigitation again to cover it.
To cover
up
it,
again.
to cover it with
Cover
the
my
paint.
tracks.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you
I can clean or dirty something.
so you're dirting it with more paint. Are you gonna
Yeah.
use the same embellishments? I guess. Are you an artist?
I mean, I can just clean or dirty something. I'm just dirtying it up with
Alright, so
something that looks
you-
similar enough to the paint.
All
He
right.
said
So
dirt.
you dirty it with splotched paint, of which clearly looks like it wasn't done by a painter, but more like a child. All right, smearing
I mean,
the
I'm
paint.
the size of one.
Yeah, smearing the paint back over it so that at the very least it's concealed. And but again, very obvious that it was uncovered or painted over or something. Something's different. And with that, you make your way to you said the forgery room? No,
The disguise room.
the disguise room. So you go to the disguise room, and you're now in front of
I'm
a
an
door.
identity thief. I want to look at the disguises.
You are now in front of the disguise room. You're looking up and down, back and forth. You don't see anybody in the halls there to notice you at all. But the door is locked.
Okay.
1 second. There's a mouse on the floor. What did you
Uh,
get here? Come here.
Same thing with the
Brian, come.
open up my little lockpick kit. 23 again.
23. All right, so again, it's not a particularly difficult lock to open. It pops right open.
Nice.
This is
satisfying
Brian.
click.
Nice, satisfying click.
He left his
Alright.
page somehow.
Is he a mouse or is he a hamster?
It's a gerbil.
Gerbil.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask where the two people in the goblin are relative to everyone else right now?
I mean, the last you saw them was down the hall and to the left.
Got him on to the left.
You don't know exactly where they are now, because you only saw them as they passed a cross section.
Sorry. What happened?
Picked a lock.
Picked a lock. That's it.
Picked a lock going inside the
Okay.
disguise room.
So you walk into the disguise room. I might have reading. Let's see. No, that's not the right. Okay, so you walk into the disguise room and you find all sorts of mirrors and mannequins and clothing of all kinds, all sorts of what appears to be the means of manufacturing certain types of clothing, all sorts of thimbles and threads and needles and things to cut fabric with, all kinds of fabric, and all sorts of paints for makeup and other things.
Huh. I'm going to explore the makeup
Okay.
and
You-
kind of work on changing my look.
You explore the makeup. You also notice that there are some interesting looking masks that appear very lifelike.
I am going to go look at those masks.
Okay.
I'd like to possibly investigate slash maybe not, I don't want to say do an arcana check, but I'd like to look at these masks with the idea of, are these magical in some way, or investigate them just in general.
All right. Roll your investigation or arcana or both.
We'll do arcana for now.
Okay.
14.
All right. So upon trying to determine whether or not these masks have any magical attributes. You don't seem to get a sense that they're used for any type of magical rituals or any have any type of magical properties. You're unable to see any symbols on them or even feel any type of radiant magic innately from them. Somewhat mundane.
Can I check if they're made out of skin?
Roll your investigation check.
All right, I have +1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not 20.
Nat 20. These are not made of skin. They are made of some sort of thing. What do you call it? Some sort of chemical that's been hardened. That's very skin-like, but it's not skin.
So silicone, out of character.
Or a predecessor to a silicone that wasn't invented at this point, but yeah, it could be silicone. Let's just say it's a fantasy version of silicone.
A precursor.
Mm-hmm. Precursor to silicone.
All right.
I look at everyone else in the group and I say, "Do you guys have any idea what might be going on here? This seems like a regular artisan guild, but these masks are a bit concerning."
It
Why?
looks like they're learning how to make disguises.
You see Rat just grabbing all of those masks and shoving them in his backpack.
All right, you
He looks like a goblin.
you find at least 60 or 70 masks. You're unable to store all of them. You find a whole closet full. All races and all types of masks from everything you can see and find. Very realistic looking. Worth probably at least 10 or 15 gold each. Most of them. Because of their high quality.
While we're in this... Go ahead.
Sorry, could I have wandered over to the group and stepped in the room? I don't know. I'm thinking aloud right now. Just seeing the masks, and I don't know. We've seen 3 people in a giant guild with dozens, maybe not plural, dozens of rooms, and 60, 70 incredibly lifelike masks. Not to paint a picture here, but I'm starting to get a little worried.
You do find that the giant, one of the largest, this is one of the, if not the largest guild of its kind in the world, in the known world, and you've only seen, a handful of people. It's very odd. This should be packed full of artisans.
I mean, there's a fucking forgery room and a thief or whatever room. Obviously, this is a front for something else.
Actually, it looks kind of like it's a guild that is dying.
Or has been infiltrated.
Can we see how recently this room's been used? Like, is it covered in a layer of dust, or is it,
Roll your investigation check.
I am going to help. I know a lot about dirt. So roll with advantage.
I got 18.
18. You notice that certain parts of the room do have layers of dust in them, as though they have not been cleaned or used in a long time. You do notice that the cabinet in which the masks are stored, as well as the paint and other things, are not so dusty.
Interesting.
You would surmise that it's in use, but infrequently.
All right.
Who wants to go to the poison room?
I do.
All right.
Donis
Sure.
is going to walk out of the door, and so you said to the left of this door would be the area that the humans and goblins that I saw earlier would have been, correct?
If you went to the right, you would probably bump into somebody. If you went to the left, you would probably be okay.
I go to the right.
Before
go
we
to-
leave, turn to Travis's character. Are you any good with this disguise stuff?
I'm an actor, sort of.
How about giving us all a slightly different look? So, if anyone did happen to see us talking with our friend back at the pub, that they will not really take notice.
I hold up a mask.
No, not one that that blatant. Who knows who worked on that mask? They may notice if it is one of their creation.
I mean, I could try. I'm better at doing it myself than on others. Out of character, I do not have proficiency with a disguise kit.
It might be hard for me too, and I want to try to put one of the human masks over my big dumb dragonborn head.
You put a mask over your dragonborn head, and it appears to conceal your dragonborn heritage very, very well, and to the surprise of your companions.
Oh,
He
that's
now
a bit
looks-
strange now.
He now looks very human.
How do I look?
At least his face.
Interesting.
I mean, for the rest, we have clothes and gloves.
I'll try one of the masks on as well.
I hand you a goblin
A
mask.
human mask.
You put on a human mask, and it conceals your features as an Eladrian very effectively. You now appear human.
I
Okay.
can still look like a full-on goblin.
It appears as though it doesn't require much proficiency to use these masks.
Do I have a human mask, a relatively convincing human mask, but just still red scales and a tail and stuff?
Your hands and your tail still exist, yes.
Gotcha.
Your face is human.
Well, if they only have an eye hole, I got this covered.
Look, what you need to do is grab your tail, stuff it in your pant leg, and just say that you're disabled.
That sounds painful, though. It doesn't bend like
I
that.
have to do it every time I use this guy's self. Shut the fuck up.
You have a tail too? Can I see? Or is that weird to ask?
It's a little
You
weird to
saw it.
ask, but
Like I said, Rat Bastard is technically half were rat. He has a tail. It's very much. It's a lot fucking thinner than a dragonborn tail, but like.
They didn't
He
chop it off
normally
at birth.
Yeah.
I don't know. It helps me balance and stuff. I'm gonna keep it for now. How about I'll just hang a bit back behind the people that can, not look like a freaking.
Wait. There's
lizard.
a lot of clothes here, right?
You are aware, all of you are aware that this particular guild is renowned for being diverse.
Question. There's a lot of different clothes here, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of different clothes. You guys can look any part you like.
You know what? We need a ball gown and some white gloves.
Donis will put on a mask, but he'll keep his robes on that he wears.
Yeah. I am dressing up.
Maybe
what's your name
put
again?
a hood on over his head.
What's the
Maybe
dragon boy's name
Donis.
again?
Sizzle.
Oh,
No.
God.
Sizzle. I will make Sizzle wear a ball gown and white gloves. You just look like a normal human.
I want to turn over the shoulder, look at you, and with my white glove, just how do I look?
I'm gay, but you look good.
Hmm.
So just then,
Fenris
you
tries
guys,
very hard not to laugh.
as you all are talking amongst yourselves, you see a goblin turn the corner and spot you all.
Hi, I'm.
Who
the
are
new
you
guy.
guys? He
I'm the
says.
new guy.
New guy? Have you signed up for a membership yet?
I mean,
How did you get in here without a membership? Where's your key?
I mean, I have one. I just left it at home.
What's your name? And he pulls out a little tablet.
I mean, they
It's got a
didn't
tab.
ask for my name when I signed it.
What's your name, recruit?
I just give a random goblin name.
What a horrible name, he says. How about the rest of you? Are you members or not?
I am investigating and have been told that I would be welcomed here.
We welcome members here,
After all,
and we welcome potential
I'm
members
looking
here.
I am a potential member. I am quite good working with calligraphy.
Where's your sponsor?
Oh. He left me here with this goblin.
All right, roll
That's
the goblin.
my wife.
You made the claim. You made the claim that you're a member, right? Travis, you made the claim that you're a member.
Yes.
Roll
I
your
got a
deception
19.
check.
Oh yeah, I have the actor feat, and I'm pretending to be someone else, so I have advantage.
Okay, go for it.
Yep. That is a +9. So either a 27 or a 12. I think I'm taking the 27.
Sounds good. All right, so he takes your name and he calls it a very ugly name, and he says, "Are you sponsoring these three?
Oh yeah.
Are you giving them a tour?
What?
Are you giving them a tour?" He says.
Yes. Why else would I be in here? Also, that's my wife. Selena.
It's Prince
point at
Selena. And thank you. No one told me I needed an invitation. I just heard you guys make the best gowns.
Just make sure that they're with you at all times. They're not allowed to be around. They're not allowed to be on the premises without a sponsor accompanying them at all times, he says.
Yeah, I am accompanying them right now.
And he
But
scurries
what
off.
if I have to go to the bathroom?
Honey, you know I'll follow you anywhere.
All right, the goblin scurries off, leaving the four of you to be for the moment. Roll a perception check, DC 20.
Okay.
One of us or all of us, or sorry?
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20, and with the dirty 20, you notice that there's a little bit of slime trailing the goblin's foot.
I'm back. Sorry, my internet decided to just crash on me.
Roll a
Don't
wisdom
worry,
check,
It happens to me.
Cloak.
Oh, me? Okay, all right. I just came back. Wisdom check. All right. Saving throw or check?
Check.
Check. Okay. All right. We got. Oh, nice. 19. First
All right,
good
that's-
roll of the game.
DC 20 though. So, you see nothing, but Ogre, you see what appears to be a very, very small trail of slime that goes down the hall. That is apparently stuck to the foot of this goblin.
I point at it to everyone and then start following this trail of slime.
All right, with your tracking ability, you're able to presumably roll your, if it's indoor,
Perception.
does it count as a, just roll your perception check, yeah.
15. I
15.
should have advantage if I'm following a slime trail.
You would think so. It's a very, very thin trail. You get to the point where it's like the size of a human hair, and it is
I am
requiring a
going to
great
give
deal
you a
of.
help action. So advantage on any tracking survival.
right.
19.
All right, you're able to just barely make out the trail of slime as it leads into a room that
Do I remember what room that's supposed to be?
Cloak does. Cloak's character remembers that this is the alchemy room.
There it goes. This is the room I was interested in. If anyone is good at picklocking, there should be some alchemic supplies in there. I was worried maybe
Yeah.
the townsfolk might have been poisoned or fed something, but based off of that ooze.
I'm pretty good with that. But let's see if the door's locked first.
You check to see if the door is locked, and you find it locked.
Oh, I would like to leave my familiar, like
Not
outside the door.
anymore.
I'd like to leave my familiar outside the door, just like watching the hallway and him communicating telepathically.
You leave your
with me.
familiar in what form? Do you leave your familiar?
He'll be in imp form, but invisible.
Invisible imp form. Okay. He is standing watch outside the door, and he will communicate with you telepathically should he see anyone.
Nice.
All right.
And
A nice even 20, 30, 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice, satisfying click.
Yep.
The door is now unlocked.
I'm getting a lot of practice at this guild.
Mm-hmm.
My art is progressing nicely.
Okay, and I suppose you enter the room.
Yep.
And as you enter the room, you notice there are lots and lots of beakers and everything. As I mentioned earlier, lots of chemicals, some labeled, some not. To discern more, roll an intelligence or an investigation check.
Oh no, I got a 5, but I'm not the one that was really that interested in the alchemy.
I
was.
You don't
Could
notice
I-
anything in particular out of the ordinary. It looks like an alchemy room.
I was
Yeah.
planning on investigating the tables and trying to see if I could identify anything in that area.
All right, roll your intelligence check or your investigation check to determine
Investigation.
anything interesting on the tables and otherwise.
Ooh, I got to roll a 19 plus my modifier is 22.
22. You find all kinds of chemicals on the shelves. Some dangerous, some corrosive, some acidic, some explosive, some poisonous, some just pretty much all kinds. Some are very deadly and some are very mundane. Not everything is poisonous, and you do recognize most of the common alchemy supplies that would be at any alchemist shop. But there's a number that you don't recognize, either because they're not labeled or because they are labeled and you've never heard of them.
I would like to take a few of the explosive and corrosive ones.
You take a number of random explosive and corrosive vials. How many would you like to take? You could probably take more than you could carry.
Okay, I'll take. Could I take like 5 of each?
5 of each. You take 5 random corrosive vials and 5 random explosive vials, 5 random poisonous vials, 5 random vials of all kinds. And your bag is
Okay,
now
cool.
full of vials.
No, you
Perfect.
jingle when you walk too.
Yeah, jiggling when you
I
walk.
do.
Yeah,
I'll you know what?
hear the
I'll take off
you hear
one of my
Tinkle when you
scarves.
walk.
yes,
I want
every
to take
time
off one of
you
my scarves
every time you
and put
walk
it
you
inside of the.
All right, so now it's
I
a
just-
little now you hear a muffled sound of glass against glass as you walk.
Perfect.
I just
Horrible.
hand you like 15 different masks, and you can put a flask in each of them.
That could be a solution, I guess.
Mhm.
I'll just
I
leave
have
my
no-
scarf in my bag to kind of muffle it a bit, but yeah, I'm clinking
You
around a
guys
bit.
are greedy.
Well, I have a plan for these things.
Okay.
I've got a bit of a plan here.
Do you really think that I'm gonna sell these? I'm gonna use all of them.
All right.
Can
So
we identify if this lab has been used for like any life-giving material or mostly just?
you notice as you kind of corner the room, one thing that I forgot to mention, the room is very large. It's approximately 2,000 square feet in size.
Holy cow.
Oh, it's a
And
big room.
It's a big room, and it extends probably 30 feet to the ceiling, of which there is one central bookshelf and bookshelves about with ladders going up to all of them. And there's also, now that you're kind of inside and looking around, there's also cages with animals, including rats in particular, presumably to experiment upon.
I will
Don't
open
look.
the rat cages.
Hmm. You
I
look
would
at the
like
rat
to stab
cages.
one of the rats.
You stab one of the
I will
rats.
stab you.
Yes, I will stab one of the rats.
You stab one
I
of the
am
rats,
going to
and you
stab
hear a
you.
squeak, and one is now impaled with a dagger.
Is it dead?
It's dead.
I would like to gain 9 temporary HP for that.
All right.
I'm a what's it called, warlock, pact of the fiend. So if I kill something, I get some HP.
You get
Or temp
HP to.
HP.
All right, there it is. You got temp HP.
Cool.
I walk up
Killing a
behind you
rat.
and say, "Are you going to finish that?"
You're welcome to it, my friend.
I'm chewing on it, and I'm just.
You grab the rat and begin to chew on the dead corpse.
I
Still in
will
my ball
free the
gown.
rest- Yeah, I am going to free the rest of the rats.
You free the rest of the rats, and they all kind of scatter amongst the room and begin to scurry.
Are we
Aw.
supposed to be doing this kind of quietly? Because this isn't how you do this quietly. Stealing everything, letting everything go, and you guys just aren't very good at the quiet
like to
stuff, are you?
I like to grab 2 of the rats and throw them in a different bag, not the potion bag.
All right, roll your dex, since they've already
Dex
been freed.
check.
Unless you want to grab, there's another cage over there. If you want to grab another cage full of rats.
Oh, I'll just grab some
That's
from the other
different
cage.
animals.
All right, you
I just
grab
let the
you
rat
grab a couple of
go.
rats from another cage, and you're now in possession of two.
No, I let
two
all
rats.
of the rats go. That's different animals. You said that.
Oh, you let all of them go in the entire room? That's going to take a while.
Yes. Yeah.
You go from cage to cage.
I'm definitely gonna.
And while he's letting go all of the rats, you grab 2 of them.
There we go. I just want to have 2 for backup.
All right. And you now see hundreds of rats on the
Hey,
floor,
listen, I have
scurrying
to free
around,
my relatives.
trying to find a place to scurry, and they all eventually, within a few minutes, scurry to a hidden location and are now no longer visible.
Wait,
Okay.
so can you say it one more time?
I said all of the rats have now scurried away and found some place to hide. They are no longer visible.
Gotcha. Well, I found what I needed.
Poison room.
Let's see.
Roll.
Could I like search the room for like any other oddities that wouldn't be in a normal alchemic lab?
Roll Well, yeah. Roll your investigation check again.
Okay. Right. I got a 18.
You find that trail of slime seems to go around the corner behind the big central bookshelf to the southwest part of the room.
Okay. I informed the group of this and asked them if they'd like to investigate further.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna preemptively. Actually, no, I won't investigate.
All right.
Yeah, let's
You walk
pull
over
out some
to.
random- Oops.
Yeah, you walk over to the southwest corner of the room, past the bookshelf, and the first thing you notice is a very prominent-looking vat, and it seems to be emanating a red glow of liquid inside. Hundreds and hundreds of gallons are in this vat of this red liquid.
Ooh.
This
Put a
red
rat in.
tinted. It's not pure, like it's translucent. It's a translucent red tinted liquid in this vat.
Is the lid open or is it sealed?
The lid is open, and you can
I
see.
throw in the rest of the rat I was chewing on into it.
All right, you throw in the rat, and it just kind of floats on the surface of.
Throw
Of
a
the
living
liquid.
rat in.
It doesn't seem to appear to be affected, or no apparent. Nothing seems to happen. You just throw a rat in, and it sits there on the surface. It doesn't sink. It just kind of floats.
I don't want to get close to that thing.
Give me one of the rats, I'll throw it in.
You have
He
a-
reaches
you-
over and asks for a rat. He says,
Oh, let
"One
me
of your
see
living
here.
rats."
You can have this one. It seems a little gamey. No,
Yeah.
not gamey.
You
Sorry.
notice it's a
No,
sickly
lively,
looking rat.
lively.
Gamey was right, I promise.
I'll
Right.
throw it in.
It squirms as you throw it, and it lands into the middle of the vat and begins to swim to the edge.
I'm watching these
Can I-
guys.
Can I smell the vat? Just
Roll
Yes.
an investigation check.
Remember, don't put your head over it. Wave the smell over towards yourself.
I say what, and I just sniffed, and I have a 4.
Yeah, it's like watermelons and strawberries to you.
Well, I mean, I did just give you a help action, so you can roll again.
All right. You just muted yourself,
Okay.
by the way. Yeah. Yeah.
18 the second time. Yeah, my mic gets everything. I try to.
Okay.
I
18.
know. I'll use my. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, 18. With 18, you smell not strawberries and watermelon this time. It's more of a slight hint of sulfur.
I'd like to use my mage hand. I'm just gonna cast mage hand and
Okay.
try to touch the liquid and maybe like puddle out an amount of it to see what happens, or like just
All
get a
right.
The
feel for
rat
it.
in. Dip the
Alright.
rat in.
We could dip.
The rat makes its way to the edge and climbs out of the vat, and your mage hand goes
Hi.
into the middle of the vat and begins to scoop the liquid, and it appears to be very gooey and slimy in texture. And it
Okay, I don't like that.
drips
And
down.
is it separating? Does it separate when I try to like pull some off of it?
Yes, it separates and just kind of goes through the fingers.
Okay, so I can't actually get like a hold on it. It's just very.
If you cupped the hand and wanted to take a sample, you could.
Yes, that's what I meant. Like I want to like cup out an amount of it.
All right, you cup some out. It it travels back over to you. You now have a mage hand holding a cup full of slime, of red tinted slime. Although it's hard to tell if it's red tinted in this small quantity.
Gotcha. Okay. And I want to just drop it on the ground in front of us and see what happens.
All right, you drop it onto the ground in front of you, and it spreads and just kind of flattens, and as slime would when it lands on the ground, and it sits there just kind of idle. Inert.
Can I? I'm going to pour some corrosive, one of my corrosive vials on top of it to see if it reacts.
All right, so you take some corrosive, a corrosive vial, and you pour it onto the slime, and It appears to be kind of dissolving and turns brown.
Okay, so it's corrosive. Oh, it responds to corrosiveness. I tell everyone, I have no clue what this is. It seems to respond to corrosive material and feel like jelly.
Can I take a look at the book on the bookshelf?
You take a look at the books on the bookshelf. You see all kinds of alchemy-related books, chemistry-related topics of all kinds. Lots of books on how to turn lead into gold is a very prominent book that you see. Lots of different kinds of books. Probably 10% of the books are about how to turn lead into gold.
All right.
I'm gonna start looking, see if I can find any reference to possibly this red slime.
All right.
Wait. Is this a
I
fucking
got
Full
a
Metal Alchemist
16 on an
Yeah, right.
As you do,
on an investigation.
you hear the door slam shut. Oh wait, as you do, you Eddie, no, Cloak, you get notification from your familiar that there is a goblin approaching.
Oh, I tell my familiar to go ahead and come back to us, retreat towards
Okay.
us,
He
and
goes,
let us know what direction the goblin's coming from.
He goes
And-
inside. He's coming from the north, and he says he's about 20 feet from the door.
Okay, I am
Okay.
going to run outside.
All right, you run outside. You're far enough away from the door that you would not be able to make it to the door, even if you, even if you booked it, even if you ran.
I'm gonna take my mask off because I was wearing one of those masks and
Mhm.
toss it into that what is it, the barrel of red goop
All right,
before I follow
you-
rat bastard. Yeah.
you toss
bastard.
your disguise into the goop. Okay, and you're about 100 feet from the door, and it would take you at least 2 actions to get to the door. And you figure that
Even with
the goblin will be
dash?
here in 1 action, even with dash. Even with dash, it would take you at least 2 actions to get to the door, and the goblin will be at the door within 1 action.
And that's
I'm
why you
going-
don't send your imp away.
I'm going to stand next to one of the what is it? You said there were like
Act
aisles of
normal,
like books and such,
guys.
right?
Act like you're supposed to be here.
I'm going to extend the bookshelf with a silent image and stand inside that and hide there.
All right, you extend the bookshelf and hide inside an illusionary bookshelf. Got it. All right.
Yeah, I am just gonna stand in full view of the doorway, like walk towards the
You're walking towards
Door.
the doorway, keeping it
in
cool.
full view of whoever is looking inside.
All right.
I follow Red Bastard.
Still as a goblin.
Still is a goblin. All right. And let's see, Eddie, you're walking behind.
Yeah, just
Ogre, what do you
casually.
do? Mhm.
My wife. Apparently.
Ogre, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm reading a book.
You're reading a book. Okay.
Look- Yep.
So
Acting like I'm
in that moment,
well, I am doing research.
the goblin appears, same goblin as before. What are you doing in here? He says.
Reading. What are you?
I mean, I'm supposed to be giving the tour, aren't I?
It's lovely in here.
He kind of looks at you suspiciously. And let's see. All of you. Are you really here for a tour? He says.
I'm here to learn new things.
Okay.
I mean, you said
Aren't
most
you?
of them aren't interested in going in every room, but you did just tell me that I was supposed to be giving them a tour.
He looks at you suspiciously again. Are you spies? He says.
Do
Why
I
is it-
look like a spy?
That is the most fucking insulting thing that I've heard all day. First, you order me around, and now I am doing the exact thing that you've told me to do, and you accuse me of being a fucking spy.
All right.
Seriously.
And who
Everybody,
would be spying on you?
everybody, make a wisdom save. DC 15.
All right.
All right.
18.
19.
20.
17!
Total 24.
24. Who made the roll? Everybody.
I
Yep.
believe we all did. I got a 19.
Okay.
I think
Well,
I had the lowest with an 18.
No, I
Alright.
had that 17.
Oh,
all right, and make a second wisdom save. DC 15.
All
Oh, come
right.
on.
One more time, sorry.
A second wisdom save. DC 15.
Oof, okay. I
natural
got 14.
20.
What's that?
I got another 17.
I got
Okay.
14.
14.
I
16.
got a nat 20.
All right, net 20. All right, so anybody that made under 14, which I believe was
I mean,
Cloak.
Yeah.
to be fair, the goblin can't see Cloak right now.
I am in a shelf, but
Okay.
we don't know the source of this, so
We-
who knows what
Yeah,
this
I'm
thing
just
goes for.
saying that
Cloak, you take 18
that
points
has
of.
to be.
You take 18. Oh, let's go ahead and roll this. I don't want to do the default. 8. Taking 4d8 damage.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Ouch.
8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22 points of damage.
22 points of damage.
22 points of damage, Cloak.
Oh wow.
you're nearly dead.
From what?
This is a psychic damage. And
Okay.
you feel your memory being drained.
Okay, now you have to make a con save.
2 minus 9 something.
All
Alright.
right, so while your memory is drained, you must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from any ability check or attack roll.
Okay, so any attack roll or ability check I make for
You roll
X
a
amount of time
d4,
is
one
D4
d4
minus.
less. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I was hurt by this even though I'm not available for sight right now.
Yep. Everybody in the room.
Okay.
I mean, the person doesn't even know that. Okay.
DM is always right.
Interesting.
It can be
There
an
we go.
area effect.
Taking
So-
this damage,
Mm-hmm.
I burst out of my trap
Mm-hmm.
and immediately start firing Eldritch Blast at the goblin.
All right.
Oh, heavens.
You immediately start
Holy
attacking the goblin. Roll initiative.
All right. Could I get my shots off before initiative starts?
I mean, it would be
Surprise
surprise.
attack.
Yeah.
He's not surprised.
So he's not surprised by me being there. Okay.
No.
All right. That's
He's-
acceptable.
He's not surprised for
22.
reasons yet to be determined.
3.
He's
He
I
not
got
popped
what
the
she
tech
was.
thoughts and figured out that there were more than 3 people in the room.
I got a 10 for my initiative roll. Do I initiative is an ability check. Do I take D4 off that as well?
I'm sorry, what's an ability check?
Isn't
Initiative.
initiative count as an ability check?
Yeah, everything.
So I take a D4 off that as
D4
well.
off that. Mm-hmm.
So let's see, I rolled
Everything
a
except
10.
for saving throws, I think. And
Uh,
damage.
So I got 3 minus my 10, so I have an initiative of 7.
Okay. Cloak is a 7. Eddie, what are you?
3.
Travis, what are you?
22.
Ogre, what are you?
26.
All right.
How far away is
The goblin?
the goblin?
He's all the way at the door. He's at least 100 feet or so. You guys are over there by the vet and
Okay.
the bookshelf and stuff. So,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
let's see. So the first person to go would be Ogre. You're up.
Mhm. I am doing Hunter's Mark on the goblin and using my longbow and shooting at him.
Okay.
Does an 11 hit?
You need a DC 14.
And so that's a miss. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Travis, you're up.
Yep. I will run up to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up to the guy
Mm-hmm.
and attack twice.
All right, you
with
walk up
two
to the
short
goblin.
swords. I have 2 short swords because I bought them from the money that I got from my background.
Okay.
13 does not hit. Not net 20 set. 24 hits.
Okay.
So that is a D6. 1 second. Uh, 4 points of damage plus 2d6. So altogether 14 points of damage. 10 of that is magical psychic damage.
All right, how much altogether?
14.
14. All right. And with that, it is the enemy's turn.
Oh wait. One
Mhm.
thing. When can I rate when I walk up to the guy as my free object interaction, can I drop a health potion at Cloak's feet?
As a free action, I suppose. I mean, you're gonna.
There you go.
It depends on what it's in. Are you gonna drop it, or are you gonna put it down?
I mean, put it down.
All right, you put it down. I'll give it to you. All right.
Thank you.
It's the enemy's turn, and let's see. Enemy. First of all, this is. All right. So it attacks. It has a +7. Okay. 7, that's a 18. It hits it hit Travis. All right, so Travis, you're right there next to him. He takes his fist and he slams it into your chest, and you take 1d6 plus 4 damage.
Oh, that's nothing. Okay.
All right, so
That's a strong goblin.
4, 5,
That's a
6,
strong
7,
goblin.
8 points of damage, and you feel that hit pretty hard. Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, when I do my attack, I normally, if I hit with all my attacks, I do 46 plus 3 damage, so that's not a lot.
All right, and roll a DC 15 Wisdom.
God damn it. 21.
Okay, and nothing else. Nothing else happens. It is now. Let's see. It is now Cloak's turn, and your turn. Go.
All right. I'm going to. What's the 30 feet? So I'm gonna get a bit closer to the goblin, and I'm going to attempt to cast Suggestion on it. Let me see. My suggestion is going to be reveal yourself, and it'll just be reveal yourself for what you are.
What's the save on it?
It is a Wisdom saving throw, and it would be a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Nothing seems to happen.
Nothing seems to happen. Okay. I am now going to use my bonus action to instruct my imp to strike at the. It can fly. I'm going to get it to fly close to the goblin and sting it with its little stinger tail.
Okay.
It's a-
It stabs it. All right, go ahead and roll DC 14.
All right, let me see. It's a 20. Let's see. Okay. 18 plus 5. What's that? 23. 23.
What's the damage?
Damage is going to be 1d4 plus 3. So one got 1. So 4 damage of piercing.
Isn't there
And
a poison saving throw?
I was about to get into that. It just has. I have to make sure it hits.
Mhm.
So I did 4 damage of piercing, and now the goblin has to do a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
15.
15.
So
Oh, it met the DC.
it met the
so
DC.
That
so
means it passes,
wins.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So it doesn't take the poison damage, but my imp is now revealed and visible.
Okay. And with
next
that,
to him.
Ogre, you seem. Let's see. You are. Let's see. You have a AC of 15, right?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your wisdom save.
21.
21. All right. Nothing seems to happen, but you feel as though somebody took a swing at you from behind.
Okay. All right.
And it is now Cloak's turn. No, wait. No, Cloak, go. Oh, Yori went. Eddie, go.
Yeah, I already went.
Am I 30 feet or less from the goblin at the door?
You were following Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're definitely close enough.
You're close enough to walk there. Yes, you're close enough.
Run up, draw my sword from underneath my dress. 2 attacks at this guy.
All right, go for it.
Okay, how do I? Okay. 24 and 18.
Okay, 24 and 18. You hit both times.
I want to divine smite the first one. If I don't need to call that beforehand, right?
You do.
So
you do.
Oh, I do. Okay, then I won't. Then I won't. I got 10, another 10, 20 damage total.
Okay.
And I hiss at him.
And you hiss. All right. Ogre, you're up.
All right. Woo, natural 20. I do glance around. Do I see anything?
Cloak is behind you, about to attack you again.
Cloak is about to attack me
Cloak's
again?
Cloak's character is behind you.
Okay. Then I will be shooting at the goblin.
Okay.
Because I don't think that Cloak would be attacking me.
Okay.
And that is 23 plus Hunter's Mark, which is my cantrip. That's 29. And my favored enemy Why can't they just have this all stackable on itself? Oh, this is pretty good. That's 33 points of damage.
You do 33 points of damage. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. And is that your turn?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I am moving towards the goblin.
Okay. You move towards the goblin.
Yep.
Travis, your turn.
Yeah. Does the goblin have any jewelry or metal bits
Doesn't
and pieces on him?
doesn't appear to have any jewelry.
Sad. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself and retreat.
You cast invisibility on yourself and flee. Okay. Disengaging, right?
Yep.
So, I'm trying to remember. Disengage. If you cast invisibility on yourself as one action and retreat without disengaging.
Yeah, I just disengage actually. I
You
forgot
just disengage?
that
All right.
for some reason. Yeah, I disengage and go back.
All right. You disengage and you retreat with your friends, or you retreat out the door, or where you go? Right now he's blocking
back to
the
my
door.
friends.
All right. You retreat back to your friends. Okay.
And I will cast a healing word at Cloak.
Okay.
He's not doing good.
He's not doing good. Okay.
Do I roll the health for that, or do you roll the health for that?
I roll it.
Okay.
That is 3 plus 3, so 6 HP you get back.
Okay. That's
All right.
that's nice HP. Thank you.
And that is your
It's not
turn,
a
yes?
lot. Yep.
That's your turn. The enemy is now engaging. Let's see. It rolls a dirty 20 and approaches whoever is closest, which I guess would be who?
Sizzle, Eddie.
All right. It approaches you, and you now, let's see, you have a 14 AC. No, you have a
I got 18.
18 AC. It rolls.
It still hits, but
Rolls a 15 with its fist, and roll a wisdom save. DC 15.
oh, this is wisdom, right? I got an 8.
You got an 8? All right, so you take 4 D8 damage. Psychic damage.
I mean, the 15 doesn't hit. The fist doesn't hit. Does that matter at all?
No, he didn't take damage from the fist.
Okay.
But he is now taking damage from some sort of psychic attack. 8, 9, 10. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 16 points of damage in psychic damage, and you feel your memories being drained. And with your memories being drained, you must roll a d4 and subtract that number from any ability check or attack roll.
Is it the same d4 across the board, or did I roll every time?
Roll every time.
Okay.
All right, so and let's see, that was, give me a second here. All right, so it's now Cloak's turn.
All right. I am going to let's see. Where am I physically? Like, how far away is the goblin from me, and who's like closest to me?
You're about 30 feet away from the goblin.
30 feet away from the goblin. All right, so let's go ahead and shoot some Eldritch Blasts at the goblin.
You shoot Eldritch Blasts at the goblin. Roll to hit.
Yeah. Okay, so first one is gonna be let's see, I rolled a 17,
It hits.
and then I added my +7 to that, making it a 24.
It's
But I
gonna
still
hit.
need to
I mean,
Okay,
it hits
even if
either way.
I just subtract the d4. Okay,
Yeah.
so that hits, and it's gonna be 1d10 plus 4. I got 10 damage. Oh no, 13 damage. All right. And
All right.
then I have a second Eldritch Blast coming. So we're going to
Okay.
roll to hit for that one. That one was a 19 total. Let me get my d4 taken off that and see what happens. D4 was a 4, so it drops it down to 15.
Okay.
Ouch.
Still hits.
All right. You hit.
All right, we're going to go.
You
And
hit
then
with
we got
Eldritch
one
Blast.
more.
Yeah. Okay.
My second damage for Eldritch Blast will be 6 for the second damage.
All right. 6 points of
And,
damage. So go ahead.
I'm also going to use my bonus action to make my imp try to sting the goblin again.
Okay.
But yeah, the imp is also there. Oh god.
So let me see. To hit, that's going to be okay. I rolled a nat 1 to hit, so that was a 6.
The goblin or the imp now tries to poke something, and it apparently pokes its shoulder, and its vigilance in trying to attack something and overextends itself. Maybe we'll say it dislocates its shoulder. There we go. It dislocates its shoulder. Yeah. It is now.
Okay.
Its arm is now injured.
Yeah.
Oh no.
A one is an always miss and
sometimes
turn into something even worse.
Even worse. All right. But you do notice that even as it misses, the goblin seems to kind of look weak and kind of shimmer a little bit, and then disappears.
Oh.
God damn it. Okay. I know how to deal with this.
Well, I guess that will be the end of my turn.
Well, I mean, kind of disappears in the sense that it kind of like sort of like splatters all over the room. Let's put it that way.
Oh.
Splatters all over the room.
Splatters all over the room. It's like it turns to liquid and splatters all over the room.
Oh, my dress.
Gross.
Did
kind of a brown.
hit it that we kind of didn't.
No,
Whose hit did that?
You saw the Eldritch Blast was the first to kind of make a serious impact. I was waiting for the imp to do something, but it didn't. But you actually killed it when the Eldritch Blast hit last time, and it sort of
Okay.
it sort of splatters into this muck all over the room.
So did I reduce it to 0 HP? I'm just asking for like one of my abilities.
You don't know? Oh, for one of your abilities? No.
I have Dark One's Blessing.
It's dead.
Oh, okay.
It's about
so I
as
get
dead
my
as you can get.
9. I get my 9 temporary HP.
Okay. And with that, let's see. That was Cloak.
Yes.
So, Ogre.
Yes.
You get attacked from behind. Apparently Cloak impaled you from behind, and does 32 points of damage.
And that's why you don't touch me at liquid.
Mm-hmm.
You said
I
32?
knew that was something was gonna happen if you touch that shit.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I did that wrong. Hold off. That's 1d6 plus... That was an attack. 1d6 plus 4 is what I should have rolled. Roll your wisdom save, Ogre.
That would be a 19.
7 points of damage from the impalement. And no damage. No other damage as a result of passing your
Okay.
wisdom save.
32 to 7. That's a nice little reduction there.
Yeah, that's a big reduction.
Yeah, that's a good thing to make your save for.
I have a quick
All right, and with that,
clarification question.
okay.
The goop.
Mm.
The goop that the goblin turned into. Does it look similar to either the goop from the vat or the goop that from the vat that has been corroded?
It doesn't look like the same goop.
Oh, sad.
No. And with that, I mean it's like the goop that you were dealing with before was like kind of a red tinted goop, and this is kind of a brown goop. All right, so Eddie, your turn.
The thing in front of me just exploded, so I'm gonna
Yep.
book it as quickly as I can to the other end of the room.
Okay,
Which
in the direction of the door?
In the direction of my ranger friend who just got stabbed, I guess.
Okay, he is in the direction of the southwest part of the room, I guess, near the bookshelf. Okay, and you book it that way, and that's your turn, or you do something?
Yes. I think I have to dash to make it.
Ogre, your turn.
All right. The one that just stuck me, I drop my bow and draw my swords.
You draw your sword, and what do you do?
And I attack him.
All right. You are now attacking Cloak.
Like actual Cloak?
I mean, it looks just like Cloak.
Okay.
You haven't. Yeah.
Well,
you're not aware of
shouldn't
anything, but Ogre is looking right in Cloak's eyes right now. Because Cloak just stabbed him in the back with his with his sword.
The first one is a 21, and the second one is a 17.
Okay, you hit both times. Make your damage roll.
And Hunter's Mark, and let's see, that's 8. 6, 14, Mark, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 23, and 26 points.
Okay, 26 points of damage. And
wowzers!
How dare you!
Let's see. Oh. All right, so 26 points of damage to Cloak, or not to Cloak, but to Cloak's apparent image. And it is now Travis. Your turn.
Okay, I see that happening, right?
I mean, if you're looking for it.
I did just run back.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you're seeing Cloak and Cloak's character and Ogre's character dueling it out right now.
I also see the other Cloak, right?
I don't know. Did you pass him just now? If you passed him, then you're seeing Cloak and then another Cloak and then over by Ogre.
All right. I'm gonna take a dagger and throw it at the copy Cloak.
Mm-hmm. All right, roll your hit.
$12.
Okay. All right, and you do 12 points of damage. Okay, and then that's your turn.
No, does a 12 hit?
Oh, I'm sorry, 12. Yeah, 12 misses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then nothing happens.
12 misses. Nothing happens. All right. Okay, and with that, it is the enemy's turn. And you see Cloak, kind of take his sword and try to poke you with it. You evade, Ogre, and as he does, again, you hear a crack, and you're not really sure what happened, but Cloak's image apparently doesn't look comfortable, and you do no damage to you. And then roll your DC 15 Wisdom save.
You're going to get me on this eventually,
Mhm.
but not this time. 21.
All right.
Nice.
And as
strong of mind.
As that happens, you see a human walk into the room and kind of look around and sees all of the goop all over the walls and ceilings and everywhere. What's going on here? The human says. And
I found
that,
an intruder.
What's that?
I say I found an intruder. I still look like a goblin.
All right.
At this point, would I be closest to the door since everyone else kind of focused on the other cloak or other Adonis?
You're closest to the door, and yeah, you're closest to the door, and everybody else is, I guess, engaging in the not cloak character. And
I'd look him dead in his eyes and ask him, "Are you slime or man?"
And he kind of looks at you. What kind of stupid question is that? And it is your turn.
I'd like to roll insight on what he just said.
Okay, you roll insight.
Of like him saying like to try to identify if he's being truthful or just kind of awkwardly remarking that.
You notice that it's kind of an ambiguous, non-responsive type of response. He didn't answer your question.
Okay.
Something a liar would say.
Something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What kind of stupid question is that? Yeah.
I'm going to direct my. I'm just going to Eldritch Blast him. I don't trust anybody at this point. I got hit with psychic damage out of nowhere, so everyone is an enemy. So Eldritch Blast.
You're gonna feel really bad when he dies in one hit.
All right. Eldritch Blast. Go ahead.
Roll a 9.
You rolled a 9. Okay.
Do I still minus a D4?
Miss. Yeah. You miss, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, and now second Eldritch Blast.
All of a sudden the Eldritch Blast just hits a wall, and he kind of looks and startled, and you roll a second Eldritch Blast.
Yes, and that one, ooh, nice, 23.
23.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, you hit, and he explodes into a big puddle of blood and guts.
Oh, blood and guts!
And blood and guts splatter the wall everywhere. And
remember your 9 temporary HP.
Well, I guess I refreshed those 9 temporary hit points again.
You just
and I say,
blood and guts everywhere.
I guess I look at the blood and I say, I guess he wasn't a slime. I just kind of scratch my head and say, I hate this place. And then I instruct my imp to go attack the other cloak.
All right.
That's my bonus action.
As your bonus action, okay. And
So I should have hit him with my imp first. That might have gave me a better reaction.
Yeah, well, oops.
all right. So
let's see.
I
Loke,
wish
you
I
went.
was level 6, then I could haunt you with his image.
I rolled a nat 20 to hit my other cloak, or my imp rolled a nat 20, I guess.
Okay. Roll damage.
And all right, so damage is going to be. I rolled a 4 for damage for the piercing damage.
Okay.
So does that mean it becomes an 8 for or do
You
I have
rolled,
to
you
just
rolled a
roll,
4 to
like-
hit?
No. My damage for my bite. I rolled a nat 20 to hit.
Yeah, you don't minus anything on your damage, just on your rolls, on your saving. And
No,
And-
are we doing damage just doubled, or are we doing two dice?
you're doing an extra die when you roll a natural 20.
Alright.
It might incur another spectacular effect at my choice. So
Gotcha. So I rolled just a 4. Let me roll one more hit dice.
you did roll a nat 20 though?
To hit, yes, I rolled a nat 20 to hit.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so nat 20 to hit. Roll an extra die, unmodified.
So
for
the
damage.
damage was
Yeah, so
1d4
damage-
plus 3. I rolled a 1 to hit.
And-
So
I rolled 1 as my damage.
And your imp isn't taking the -4. Just you.
no, your imp doesn't
Oh,
take the
yes.
-4. Yeah,
Awesome.
unless you're acting through your imp. Like
No,
if
I'm
you're-
just instructing my imp to do it.
okay.
So my damage was a 4, and then I roll another d4 because it's a crit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that my second d4 was a 2, so 6 total damage.
6 damage. Okay.
And then now he has to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
DC 16.
DC 15.
DC 15. It rolls a 13.
Okay. So now it's going to take an additional damage.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't get critted, does it?
No.
It doesn't add to the crit. Okay.
No.
It'll just be 3d6 poison damage.
Go ahead and roll.
All right. I got 8
3d6.
poison damage.
8. Okay. All right. So you are, attacking a mirror image of yourself, and it looks injured.
My imp is probably
Okay.
pretty happy to get a chance to attack me, or something that looks like me.
All right. So with you,
Probably.
you're attacking from a distance, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I am from a distance because I was instructing my imp to go attack him.
Okay. Let's see. That is.
Yeah, you're like 60 feet away, I think.
Yeah, that is
you're
now
standing right
Eddie.
at the
Eddie, your
door.
turn.
I'm not at the door.
I close the distance between me and fake cloak.
Okay.
2 attacks with the intent to divine smite on the first one if I hit.
2 attacks, divine smite. Go for it. The AC is 14.
I got a 15
Mhm.
and a 19.
Okay, you hit both times.
So slashing damage is total 14, and then ten radiant damage. Total 24.
24. Okay.
And I hissed at this one too, and I end my turn.
All right. It is now Ogre's turn.
Okay.
And just then, another person, human, comes up to the door, and he looks around, and it's like, "What the hell what the hell's going on in here?" Again, he says. This human.
One
Run, he's
question.
gonna explode you.
Are you slime or man? Answer properly.
And he's
This
like,
was
"What kind of
again-
stupid question is that? Don't I look? What are you? And who are you? And are you members?" He says.
Again, 2 attacks on
Not cloak.
the
character?
second cloak, copy cloak.
Copy cloak.
Lowest I got was a 14. Does that hit?
Hmm. Okay. Lowest was a 14. I mean,
Mhm.
AC 14. So
Okay. Let's see. So that's 18 and 18 and that makes 23 and 23. Where's the other one? 425. 25 points. As I go Cuisinart on him.
how many points?
25.
25 points. Okay. And with that, he sort of explodes in a very similar fashion to the goblin from earlier. Except there's,
Yeah.
more of it. All right. And you notice over on the vat seems to have kind of turned this brown color.
You said that, like the vat from earlier.
Yep.
Okay.
Dump a vial
It's
of
no
acid
longer
in.
it's no longer red, it's now brown.
Mm.
Can I look at
Isn't
the?
there slime that eats memories and turns into people?
The man over by the door looks at you and says, "Can someone please offer me an explanation before I call the authorities and have you all escorted for vandalism?"
Sir, I do believe that you had an infestation of goop.
And just then, a whole bunch
Turned
of
into
rats.
people and ate memories.
And just then, a whole bunch of rats scurry out the door. And the man is looking around everywhere and, like, not sure what to make of the situation as all the rats seem to
I'm from
to
pest
leave.
control.
We're not doing a very good job.
Well, they're running out.
I don't recognize any of you. Are you members?
Well, yeah, I'm from pest control.
I would know if we called any type of pest control. I authorize all of the work orders.
Well, sorry, I've been called and I'm just trying to do my job.
Roll deception.
I am again pretending to be someone else.
Yes.
So
Advantage, all that.
that's either a 15 or a 10. So I'm taking the 15.
He looks at you and says, "We didn't call for pest control, but apparently we do need some pest. We do have a pest infestation at the moment. If you can make it quick, and as long as you don't charge an outrageous amount, we will pay your bill. When will you be leaving? Is this your team?"
Yes.
All right. So, do you guys
Just
not have
just yes.
uniforms? Right. What? And why is this room covered in? He looks over and
It's poison, obviously.
he
Rat
doesn't know what to
poison.
make of it. He sees.
The rats are very
Rat
sick.
poison.
He
The rats are very
sees.
sick. They've been bleeding everywhere.
No, it's rat poison, and the bloody bits.
He sees organs
I'm
and
training
entrails
this-
everywhere.
Yeah, so I'm training this new guy. He is sort of. I'm not sure. Are you a wizard? I look at Cloak. Anyways,
Yes.
He's doing spell stuff, and it made one of the rats exploded really weirdly.
Roll deception again.
Again, am I still pretending to be someone else?
Sure.
Well, it's a 23 anyways.
All right. He kind of looks up and down, not sure what to make. I've seen far weirder things here. Even our even our exterminators are innovative. So perhaps
Yes, yes, we are.
In a world like this, listen, I had to remove a
all right.
nest of
He kind of
hyper
like
intelligent mice before.
he waves his hands in the air and says, "I don't want to hear it. Just do your job," and he walks away.
Fucking asshole.
I just comment to everybody. I guess he was a man. Let's see if we can clean this mess up.
Hopefully.
Hey, now we know. Can I go look and see if the puddle that Cloak originally mage hand onto the floor, is it still there?
The puddle that he maged hands onto the floor is brown because of the corrosiveness from earlier.
Dead.
Okay.
It's about the same color as
Yeah, so
the vet.
in character, I heard about a slime that eats people's memories and turns into them, so I'm guessing that's what happened here.
Roll. I mean, you're gonna have to roll a check on that.
History, I'm guessing, because I'm
yeah.
doing a bard thing.
Sure. Okay.
History or performance.
Yeah, that's fine. Do that.
Alright. Performance then? Is that okay?
I
As
mean,
in story.
you're going to be recalling something that you've heard,
All right,
so it's more of oral
history.
history.
Yeah, 16.
All right, so yeah, you're able to tell of a story that you heard about, creatures that stole memories and pretended to be other things. Not sure what it's called.
Yeah, it's a type of slime. And it kind of like connects with small tendrils to pieces of itself. And it feeds on memories, so
You said you rolled a 16?
yeah.
All right, you do recall it's known as an obelisk.
Oh, so once he says that name, could I also kind of maybe make a religion check? Because are they related to demons at all?
No,
they're not related to demons. Okay.
Alright.
Well, I'm thinking of the Ubalex, god of oozes. Ignore me.
No, it's
Sorry.
yeah.
I mean, in that respect, if you know something of God of Oozes, you might be able to relay some tangent type of information.
I did just, to whoever wants to make another check, I did just technically give a help action by at least figuring out what its name is.
It's dead. It doesn't matter.
It's
Agreed.
dead, and as the person seems to
Pragmatic
walk
as
away,
always.
there appears to be, you guys go about your business as exterminators, and
stab,
are expected to, take care of the rat problem.
Plus 9 HP. Plus 9 HP.
Bit of a rat infestation and all.
Rats.
And
I say, rat bastard, won't you help?
And with that,
Listen,
the day
There's
comes.
one thing that I'm good at, it's pretending to do work.
And with that, the day comes to an end, and you guys are finding yourself hungry and tired, and wanting to return to the tavern.
I'm just eating rats.
Oh God, you eat rats too? That's 2 rat eaters out of the group.
Hey, they're tastier. Just give it a
I
chance.
said that I eat trash. Rats is a big upgrade.
I could go for a proper meal though.
Let's go
Are you
eat.
still wearing the disguise is the question.
Yeah, I never took it off. It's just covered in slime now.
Good. I use prestidigitation to clean your ball cap.
Oh, dearest, thank you.
Wonderful.
Might want to clean the room the same way.
Nah.
We got somebody that's got an echo.
I'll clean up the
We
guts that I
We
exploded.
exterminators, not cleaning ladies.
All right. With that, all of you return to the tavern.
I do
where
take
you...
the mask off when I go.
You taking the mask off. You return and you see Malleus there, drinking, another ale, talking up somebody that will apparently listen, an outsider, a traveler, who's apparently gifted him an ale. And you walk in and notice there's a bard playing an instrument in the corner.
Hey, man, you found out what hated you.
Well, what
We think.
we think, yeah. So,
I know, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, so he kind of stops and he looks up and, friends, you've
Yeah.
what
So there
what
was a
what have you
slime.
relayed? Say again?
There was a slime
A slime, he says.
that pretended to be people.
He
We
looks at you
found
kind of
an
blankly
alchemy
and
room that had a vat full of red slime. Does that sound familiar?
no doubt somebody's experiment gone awry.
Oh no, that's a living creature.
Oh,
Yeah, it probably just planted itself in there and pretended to be feed on memories and, stuff like that.
well, if all of this is true, then perhaps you might have made a difference and, helped me and everyone else, maybe the entire organization, maybe the
I
entire
mean, we
world
just
after
got
all.
a big paycheck for exterminating some rats. We got 100 gold out of it.
Oh, well, that's amazing. How did you do that? That's none of my business.
Oh, I set some rats free and then we killed them.
Perfect business model.
Make the problem, fix the problem. Maybe.
And
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you just one last question? When your family stopped, enjoying your presence, to put it lightly, I don't suppose you ever saw any thin films of slime on the floor, did you?
I didn't stop to think about it. No.
Oh, they're
Very
probably
curious.
dead, by the way.
My family is dead?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they suddenly stopped liking you, the slime probably got them. So
I
they're all
see.
dead.
Well,
You're assuming
Probably
much.
died horribly.
You're
And-
assuming much. We have not quite
Oh, they
figured
definitely
out.
died horribly.
and with that, you don't know quite exactly what happened as a result of your adventures, but it does conclude the day. And he does thank you for your efforts and is in great hope of improvements to his future. If he
I
were
gave him a
able to,
meal.
if he were able to buy you all around of ale, he would.
Oh, I took all of his money.
I get him I
I'm not
buy
buying
him
him
dinner.
anything.
Mhm. You buy him a meal.
Buy him dinner, so yeah, so he's not.
He makes some mention about not needing charity, but very
He doesn't-
very modestly accepts your meal, given that he has no other way of feeding himself.
Oh, you hungry, sir? A round of rats for the table, and I call it out.
Yeah! Raw rat!
And with that, that is the adventure. And I have been your dungeon master for this game. I hope you had a good time. And working on making this a better game with each iteration. I will say,
Hey, it's
though,
great.
that this was the first time that this is the third game, the third iteration. It's the first adventure yet where, let's see, the first session, everybody died. Total player kill, right? Total party kill. Second one, everybody fled. Okay. But I did make a change. Instead of an elder obelisk, I changed it to 2 adult obelisks, which
That
apparently
was
made it
probably
a
a lot.
huge easier to hit. Yeah. The elder obelisk is a CR 10 creature. The adult obelisk is a
that's-
CR 5, and I gave you
Oh,
2 of
God.
those. Much easier to hit. Probably too easy.
No.
The way I figured is the two obelisks were joined in the same vat and trying to procreate.
Or
So
attempting to.
they were
So
able
we were
to,
cock blocking. Got it.
yeah, sort of, yeah. And the first
Couldn't attach
iteration,
to a nicer critter.
The
the
thing that I would say about this is, if you want this the fight to go on longer, you can maybe put some guild members in the fight.
yeah, I thought about that. Um,
Oh wow, yeah, an Elder Obelisk is a bit scarier. Like I've
the
worked with
elder,
Obelisk before, and the Elder is a lot stronger.
the elder's a lot stronger and would have killed you all probably in the first hit.
More than likely,
Um,
yeah. It can deal some damage.
In fact, the second party that survived, all of them went down. All of them went down at least once, and they used healing potions to revive each other. They didn't always go down at the same time, but they managed to flee successfully by the skin of their teeth without doing hardly any damage. They spent all of their actions on trying to live.
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally just running away.
Just trying to run away and revive
I
their
mean,
companions.
If
Yeah.
you want to use an Elder Obelisk, maybe do it with a higher level party.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing that now.
Yeah.
I figured that four fifth level characters should theoretically be able to take an Elder
I mean,
Obelisk.
it's CR10.
Yep.
I feel like we should be able to. Like if we were actually, it's just the mysterious
prepared.
factor of the obelisks allows it to just really, really tear parties apart.
I should have
Right.
brought the tag.
But
Right.
it is CR10. That is very high for like level 5 party.
Maybe with companions and assistants,
Mm.
you could probably get some help from.
I mean,
Tavern.
what you could maybe do if you want to use an elder is to put some stronger guild members in the guild and let the party try and convince them to.
Yep. And
join
that
up
was
with-
actually something that was done in the first iteration.
Mm.
But for one reason or another, I mean, they didn't recruit anybody high level, and they didn't. In all fairness, they didn't know about the obelisk until it was too late. So
Yeah.
that's a concern. Trying to
8d10 psychic damage. Jesus Christ.
yeah, that's no. Well, that's for the adult obelisk. All right, the elder obelisk does 44 points of psychic damage. All right.
I mean,
on average.
What you could also do is the whole slime trail thing. Just do it from the start. Like,
Yep, I could do it from the very beginning.
Easier to find, and
but
from the start.
I figure if the slime trail were too obvious, then the guild members would probably find it, and this particular obelisk is trying to infiltrate, or at least be in association with somebody that is trying to work the guild, and the guild's supposed to be humongous. It's like thousands of members, all taking dues, of which you notice there's not a lot of members there anymore. So that might be an indication that Ogre said earlier that it's going downhill in some way.
Yeah, but
or
that could
or
be
that
the
it's
reason why the
or that it's
obelisk
changed
might
its
be-
model into like trying to get shakedown money instead of getting guild membership dues, that kind of thing. So yeah, that kind of the thing is the rough time I'm having though is trying to get this particular adventure down to under 2 hours, preferably an hour and a half. And if it were a 4-hour game, yeah, I could go really deep into, it'd be a full adventure.
Yeah.
But trying to cut down an adventure from a 4-hour game to a 2-hour game or a 1.5-hour game is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So.
I mean, I think the problem for that is we are D&D players. There's a fuck ton of rooms. We want to look through all of them.
Yeah, and that's
single one of them.
And that's fun. I'm going to have to put the game on rails in some way in order to keep everybody from trying to explore everywhere.
True.
And the what do you call it? The setting is this, humongous what do you call it? Humongous
Guild.
guild that's got
Yeah.
rooms
That's like mostly
of all
empty.
kinds, and it's like everybody would want to explore all these rooms. It's a lot of fun. It's a whole campaign, really.
I mean,
So-
you could say it is pretty much empty, the guild. So you could say that maybe it's in disrepair and lots of
I could
rooms
say
are
that.
just
I could say that a lot of them are unmaintained, blocked off. Seems like nobody's been in them in a long time.
maybe
I could do that.
maybe
Question,
even that just, hey, this room looks like there has been a fire inside and there's literally nothing left, or this room, you open it and it's literally just an empty room.
Yeah.
I have a question about the combat, the way you're running it. Did you
Alright.
actually use any of the innate spellcasting from the Obelix, or did you
I
like
used
just?
Detect thoughts.
Okay, so the detect thoughts is one of the
That's
things
how
you used.
it figured
Yeah.
out why. Yeah.
I used detect thoughts. Let's see. Innate
I only asked
spellcasting.
because I feel like we really should have gotten wrecked by this thing. If there's two of them, I feel like they should have messed this up.
And it's
Not
possible
if they're level 5.
yeah, they're
If
the
they're
CR5. They're
shouldn't
CR5.
have
You were
wrecked
hitting
us.
them. You were hitting them every time. You were hitting them a lot, and
True.
you were also getting your saves a lot. Okay, so
Yeah,
it was
that is true.
attacking the eat memories a lot, and it's a DC 15 wisdom save. You guys were passing it. Otherwise, it would have done more damage, and it probably would have pulled out more copies of people.
So only like one of us lost. I'm the only one. Oh, me and Rat Bastard got our members eaten, right?
No,
I
not,
got hit too
Oh, okay.
not me. I
Okay,
did.
at the end.
Oh, okay,
And-
okay. So that's what. Okay.
And the way I
So,
read
You were
this,
cranking out like
yeah, the way I read this is that the way it says how it is situated is no matter how many copies I make, for all practical purposes, it occupies the space of the impersonations and of the ooze. So if you hit the ooze or the impersonations, you're hitting the same creature, and so the turns would be the same too. So it's not like I can expel a new impersonation and get an extra attack. I can't.
I see. You're
right.
okay. Slightly limited. That must be a fun, kind of hard monster to run, to be honest, since it's got so many parts to it.
It's a bit of a challenge. Now it has more role playing potential because there doesn't seem to be any way. There's no inhibiting factors there. I can have a whole bunch of people walk into the room, and you guys don't know what's going on or who's friend or foe, right? And just as you attacked a human and it exploded all over the place, right? You assumed that it was ooze and it was not.
amazing.
So
yeah, I mean, I heard about
No,
about
Adonis
it
is gonna have to
being
deal with
used.
that. He's gonna have to seriously deal with that. He's like, well, I
He
killed
just killed
someone who
somebody.
didn't deserve it,
right.
and he's a fairly good guy. So he's kind of like, is my rage getting to me? Is my demonic pact starting to affect me slightly?
It might.
Am I just willingly taking life?
Mhm. You
like
just killed somebody for no reason, but it was a mistake, right? It was
A pious man murdered today.
Yep.
I mean, if I was level 6, College of Whispers is so fun. I can take dead people's shadows and turn into them with parts of their memory.
Mm-hmm.
I would have just turned into him and made you feel bad.
I really like the concept. I really like. I think this is a really good concept.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe expanding it. I feel like making it not just humans already puts people a little off because they're like, oh, there's goblins in this guild too. Like, are they like here for like regular work, or are they possibly invading, or
Well,
I think
there is some backstory with that. You do recall, like I gave this to you earlier. The history of it, the known history of it, is it's very diverse, right? So
Yes.
diverse is in racially diverse. So, but you only saw goblins and humans in the guild so far, which is odd.
I think exactly. So I was thinking like if it was going to be really diverse, I would have expected more than just a goblin.
You would have found, if you were to continue exploring in this in a larger game, you would have found one halfling.
One halfling. Okay. Well,
I
something.
mean, Also, a way to cut this short is just to give exposition with the guy that's recruiting us, and we start and you start directly in front of the guild.
Cold open.
That's a good idea. I've thought about that. In fact, that's well, that's not really how you started. I needed a way to for you to interface with Malleus, and
Yeah.
I could add that to the beginning, I guess, and see how that goes.
Yeah, because just that cuts down a good 20 to 30 minutes of the game.
Yep. It would.
Yeah.
And that would help.
I do like that we had to kind of like go through our thoughts. Like, is it a cursed an item? Is he like have a magical item that he's stuck holding, or is it like, because my brain went to like, it's a hag. It's got to be a hag. Like, it's
Right.
like a hag has cursed him. He said something about an old lady and she got real mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the problem is in this, if we only have 2 or even 1.5 hours to play this,
Cutting it down.
then there
Yeah.
sadly isn't that much time for those kinds of things.
I think
Yeah.
maybe having you could railroad it slightly by maybe having our interaction with what was the guy's name that we actually spoke to?
Andreas?
Malleus.
Oh, Malleus.
Malleus.
Yeah.
So I think maybe you could cut like a way you could railroad that slightly would be maybe have somebody from the guild come in there and say, "Damn it, Malleus! We know what you've done in the guild," and like maybe and that could possibly like someone damning him or something could guide us to go checking out the guild. And
Yeah,
he says, "Well,
you
man,
did-
I guess there's problems there."
Yeah, you did encounter somebody as you left the guild, or as you left the tavern. You bumped into somebody
Yes.
that made mention of that.
He was like, "Don't trust him," right? What was
Yeah,
that?
don't
His
trust
wording,
him.
like,
Yeah.
I think that was like kind of guided us a bit more. But you could definitely find a few different ways to railroad that a little bit more because we could get stuck in there trying to figure out what the heck's this guy problem. Like, well, what's your relationship with your mother like, or something along those lines.
Yeah, also just maybe set a timer 10 or 20 minutes, and after that somebody barges in and maybe he gets kicked out of the bar actually, or something like that.
All right. Well, with that is our game. I appreciate you guys playing. I really appreciate your feedback. And hopefully we'll make this even more, interesting and suitable for play. And you guys are helping the game get better and better. So appreciate your help.
Lovely, it's my pleasure.
All right.
Appreciate
and
it.
with
Appreciate you running the game.
that, you guys can keep hanging out if you want, or you can drop off. So with that,
I need to
catch you guys
piss.
later.
Yeah.
See you later.